Hi everyone, it's Sunday night, April 14th, time for another HideNet Week in Review. I'm Vera Dordick. In the United States this week, it was a terrible week. It was negative all the way around. Most selections were $1 or $2 lower, and anything that was steady was only weakly so. Heavy Texas steers dropped significantly last week, but this week they were able to hang on to last week's low point of $26 for seasonal averages. Other selections like branded steers, also known as Colorados, had a lot of difficulty generating interest and maintaining their price levels. In the cow sector, low prices and low interest were both issues. As could be expected, the low-end materials like branded cows saw particularly miserable price levels, if sellers could even get bids. After 2 weeks in a row of export sales being higher than slaughter, the market returned to its previous slump and slaughter outstripped sales as well as shipments this week. In addition, wet blue sales are up while rawhide sales were down for the export sales for the week. In our market observations, we take a look at the various issues in today's down market and what might that mean for the road forward. Turning to Europe, our editor Andrea Guolo says that some bull selections are seeing a renewed decline and lost another 5 cents. Some other origins are fluctuating greatly. With regard to cows, prices were generally stable, but some origins probably had to give up a few cents of a discount in order to get business done. In his analysis this week, Andrea has his forecast about what will likely happen with prices after Easter, what he learned about leather in the furniture sector from last week's Salone del Mobile, and he also discusses the current difficulties and risks to tanners, suppliers, and customers, especially as there have already been some initial defaults in Europe. From Latin America, editor Ronald Guiel says that Brazilian TR1 clung to the 60-cent level last week, but that American declines are bringing renewed price pressures there as well. The market in the rest of Latin America was also rather quiet last week and will likely remain so in the short term because many countries will mark next week's Easter holiday with shorter work weeks, both this week and the following week. In other news from Brazil, we have the CICB report on leather exports for March and the first quarter of 2019. March export values were up from February, which is good, of course, but then they were still down from the same month last year. For the quarter, the export volume was up incrementally, but the value was still down 22% over the first quarter in 2018. From elsewhere in Latin America, we have news from Argentina on the loss of 9,000 jobs in the footwear sector over the past 4 years, Mexico's re-implementation of tariffs on a range of goods, including footwear, and Uruguay's plummeting leather exports in March. So that's all we have for today. And until next week, good night from HideNet.